Grab the loot. Welcome to our next episode of Grab the Loot. This guy, in our last try, was wearing a green shirt, so
I'm a moron.
So this is our new format we're going to do. We're going to make segmented episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So during the week we're going to have a couple episodes from us that are a lot shorter. We were looking at the analytics, and basically people want shorter stuff.
Right.
And so we're going to start cutting it down and
cut us down too.
But cut it down and put it into one segment a day kind of format.
So let us know how you like this new segment.
Yeah.
We have comments here on the YouTube page. I want to see comments.
Yeah.
Tell me how much you cannot stand the way I talk.
Yes. Do that. Okay, so for our first thing, we're going to talk about a TV show, which is Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which we finished watching a little while ago, and we've watched the first 2 episodes. So it wasn't just that we watched the first one, we've watched the first 2, so...
Amazing, we didn't watch one, we watched 2.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Television.
So we're going to talk today about Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., created by Josh and Jed Whedon.
Didn't know
that his son actually
I'm
helped
doing
him.
the same jokes from last time.
He was funny. So yeah, the show is based on the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents from the movie, the Marvel.
Not based
Marvel
on
Avengers.
the movie.
They're based on S.H.I.E.L.D. agents from Marvel's Avengers.
Okay.
Specifically Coulson.
Yes, who died?
Who died in the movie? Who is now all of a sudden alive in this show?
But they're setting up.
They're setting up to have a reason that he's alive.
Okay.
But these agents are not from any comic book.
No.
Or past lore. They are brand new characters that are basically specific to this show.
Stanley, no cameo.
Stanley, no cameos.
He's right here, cameoed.
He's like walking past.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this show is a show that's like a blockbuster TV show that when it released, when it was the first episode came out, there was over 22 million viewers.
By that
and
standard,
it was the biggest pilot show basically ever.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, V was the last one.
I was shocked.
I thought it would have been Lost or something.
They did. I remember now they did a great marketing push, so I could. What was the number? 18.
I think like something like that. Oh. Maybe between 15 and 18. But yeah, so 22 million. That's a lot. So in the first episode, it was a mess. I liked it. Only because
this whole time you thought it was a mess too.
I thought it was a mess, but I liked it because I thought they were introducing the characters in a more calm way than most pilots would. I thought that it was a
so you didn't like that they jumped in the deep end. They liked that they slowly.
Yeah, I like that they kind of slowly walked you in to try to set things up. They were kind of show you backstory of each character. Okay. They weren't going over the top like a lot of people do in the pilot and then completely cut it for the second episode. Mm-hmm. I thought they were just basically like this. We know this show's going to do well. We know this show's going to get picked up. So let's just put out a show where the viewer can get all the information they need out of the first episode, so we don't have to deal with it for the rest of the show. And I was really excited that was going to be the direction it would go in. Come episode 2. And they still do more story, and slowly they're still waiting. And I don't think that they needed to do that. And I think that episode 2 kind of shows what you think, that it's not a very good show.
I mean, I hear where you thought it was going to go, and that makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I knew they weren't going to go that way because, I mean, I hate the show. Yeah. Let's be honest right there. I think it looks and feels like a B movie. I mean, in episode 2 today, the head of the terrorist was the most gorgeous looking supermodel, and I was just like, that doesn't really look like the terrorist I've seen on CNN.
Yeah.
I mean, then they're trying to do like this whole like 90210 like group of kids that are like your agents.
He's trying to call it a teen drama. I don't think it's going to be that. I think he's just pulling because he didn't really like it. He definitely reached for the imaginary gun a couple times because we watched the second episode together.
Just when she's saying, "Don't give me your hate face,"
Yeah.
and she's drinking like on the ship. They're supposed to be like S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. She's also in the new one.
Yeah.
You have to like, you're just like that casual.
Yeah, well, in episode 1, we actually had somewhat of a superhero. In episode 2,
Yes.
we didn't have
Talk
any.
about that, because
Episode 1, you have a guy that has this implant that makes him super strong, super
Right.
powerful, but it also makes you crazy. And
so he
eventually
has
makes you
actual
explode.
powers.
But he has superpowers.
Does anyone on episode 2 have actual powers?
None. Not one person had powers, and
Sounds awesome.
what I was assuming was that the guy in episode 1, since it was J. Augustus Richards from
Right.
Angel, was going to actually be on their team and be the guy with superpowers on their
Which,
team.
now looking back at episode 2, that was a way better idea than having a bunch of kids that have no freaking...
Yeah, basically there
but
are...
talking about their feelings. That's what they do.
Well, in a Joss Whedon show,
Oh.
it's always about the dialogue, and they're a little too specific about the dialogue. They're a little too crazy. They're a little too witty.
Right.
Everybody's not witty.
Right.
We're not all you.
Yeah,
There's a lot of me involved, and I'm not very witty, so...
Yeah, but you know when something's good or not.
Yeah, and
I mean, you played it off like you were in love with the show.
yeah, I really wanted to confuse Colm. I mean, I liked episode 1 because I thought there was promise. Now watching episode 2, I don't see the promise.
No.
And I think that if they start maybe moving to a B superhero type thing, not like Iron Man, I know you want that, but
CG.
but like I don't know, Aquaman, or I guess it's Marvel, so it can't be Aquaman.
Heroes of, like, use someone like the Ocean Master, like someone Aquaman's people.
Namor or whatever. Not Aquaman. It's
oh
DC.
yeah, that's right.
Namor or whatever. That's it.
Idiot! What is wrong with me wearing green shirts and now saying DC?
Yeah, no, but
Anyway.
in the Marvel lore, the lesser characters, the ones
Yes.
that not as many people know about, but can have good backstories and are actually thought out characters. You can bring them in for one episode and then
Hank
show
Pym.
them the door. Yeah. Then you bring them in, and then the next one, they're like, oh, we really need to figure this thing out. And Hank Pym comes and helps them out.
Right,
Because
but
he's a genius.
before we go, talk about how you're saying to me though. There are going to be key episodes that are leading up to something.
Yeah, the point of this show is, I think the reason it's gonna have the full season is because it's gonna lead into the new movie.
Right.
And when the new movie comes out, this show is gonna have something to do with that, as far as from what I've heard. So if Ultron
The
is
Age
gonna
of
be
Ultron.
the Age of Ultron is gonna be the new movie.
Yes.
And this is gonna have like a lead in to that, so
Which is
you'll
great.
have more backstory that you wouldn't have necessarily get if you're not necessarily a big comic book person and know more things about it.
Now,
I think this will try to teach you.
You also know they're showing this in 2 chunks. It's going to have a first season and a second half of the first season. So that way they can bring in a big superhero when it leaves, and then bring in hopefully a big superhero when it comes back, and then the finale.
For
I think only
S.H.I.E.L.D?
6 or 8 are showing in a row, and then it's going away for a while and then coming back. Like Undertaker.
They better fix it before 6, because I don't think people are going to wait that long.
No, I
to come back to
think
it.
my overall is to basically skip the show unless you see the previews that some superheroes come back, because the last 2 minutes of episode 2 were the best the whole series has been. And
You don't have to say who it is.
And I'm not going to say who it is,
Don't-
but watch
don't
the
worry
end
about
of
it.
season 2, and
That's
that's
episode 2.
and that's the best part. You'll
Yeah.
see the whole season. But
It's funny because in your favorite part of episode 1 was the other cameo from the movie, even though it had nothing to do with her,
Right.
which is Colby Smulders from How I Met Your
Yes.
Mother. The best part of episode 1 was
people that talk to
him
superheroes,
being funny, yeah.
not people that superheroes don't have time for.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thanks so much.
Later.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the new episode format where we talked about Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was witty.
But if you want to follow us and hear what we're talking about and taking pictures of, you can follow me on Twitter at Culmination.
And me at SA51 or the show at Grab the Loot.
Yes, please write your comments. Give us feedback on the show because we'd love some feedback. We got feedback for this, and now we have segments, so it's a good thing.
Yes, please tell us and email us if you can, gtlvidcast@gmail.com, or just go to our site, Grab the Loot. It brings you to our YouTube page.
Yep.
Subscribe, like us.
Yeah, and so me and him don't grab all the loot.
Grab it.